Hello, beautiful souls. I'm Prairie Vintage Jewelry. My name is Linda. I'm an energy intuitive reader here on YouTube. I use spirit and my intuition to communicate energy to you, the viewer. Today, we will be taking a look at the life lessons that you're currently learning, okay? What's visible to you and what you might not be seeing. And we have three options to choose from today. We have pile number 1 here, and pile number 2, pile number 3, okay, from left to right. And if you're new to pick a cards, you can select your option in the description box or in the pinned comment below. Feel free to pause this video and concentrate on whichever pile you feel is calling to you the most. Could be drawn to multiple piles, and that is absolutely fine. That just means there might be multiple messages in each of those piles for you. And yeah, I will see you at your timestamp. Hello, my beautiful souls who picked pile number 1. If you pick this pile here, then this will be your reading. Now it's interesting because initially I was picking rocks or stones or crystals for the options, and came back with all of these stones, and then I was like, you know what, I'm going to actually pick the card stones. But when I was picking the stones, I was going to grab rose quartz, and I said, no, nobody needs to learn the lesson here of self-love. And I don't know why I said that, but the very first card that came out was rose quartz for self-love. So I didn't feel like anyone here was learning the lesson of self-love, and I don't know why I just automatically assumed that rose quartz was for self-love, but maybe there is something deeper in regards to love, okay, that you're having to learn. And I feel, and I still strongly feel like it's not about self-love, because I feel like a lot of you guys might have, and that could be definitely the lesson, that a lot of you guys have worked on your self-love. Therefore, this lesson has, and we're never fully healed when it comes to lessons of self, but I just feel like there is a completion stage, and maybe that is what you've been working on or wrapping up in some level, okay? But I do feel like what we're going to take a look at now is the current lessons that you are learning, and anything that is not visible to you as well. So again, I'd like to know in the comments whether self-love was something you were actively working on or not. But before we get into these cards, I just kind of wanted to state that I didn't feel as though this is a lesson that you guys are going into. I feel like this is a lesson already learned. So we'll see what these cards say. And I haven't looked at these oracles yet. We'll look at these together, and then we'll pull some tarot and take a look at maybe what is visible to you. And then we'll take a look at what might be hidden from you in regards to lessons being learned right now. Okay, so rose quartz, love, nurture, and romance. Calling in unconditional love. Rose quartz invokes a gentle yet powerful feminine energy that nurtures and protects your heart. It can be used to attract new romance and to build closer bonds in your relationships. Rose quartz opens the heart chakra and heals heartache, grief, and any unexpressed emotions. It asks that you show yourself compassion, forgiveness, and acceptance. Rose quartz also inspires beauty in all forms. Open your heart to the beauty within you. Taurus, Libra, and Venus. So maybe some of you guys are experiencing heartache from another, which would still lead to some sort of self-love in some way, shape, or form. But I feel like, yeah, I feel like this might involve another individual. Okay, so let's take a look at more of this lesson you're learning here. Last quarter moon in Libra, so we got Libra showing up again. Make time for self-love. Okay, maybe you guys are clearly learning self-love. This is really interesting that we pulled this. I do feel like you guys are there though, okay? Very interesting. I kind of wanted this to be more of what are you still expected to learn, but Wisdom, learning, joy, art, and music with the number 29 or the number 11. 11 is a destined path number. And I feel like with the two swans here and this talking about unconditional love and attracting new romance, maybe a lot of you guys are in your creative energy and really trying to welcome love in a different way than you guys have maybe in the past. With this newfound self-love that you have for yourself, you're now attracting in a different type of love. Yes. So I feel like for a lot of you guys, sorry, we haven't even flipped these, but I feel for a lot of you guys, you have this new energy about you. I feel like it's come from pain. Like I feel like you guys have endured a painful situation in which you've really had to show yourself self-love that you've carried deep inside you, because I always feel like there was a deep self-love of a deep love of self that you carried. But I feel as though maybe in other situations or environments it was something that was buried or something that was put aside, and maybe as a way to allow others a safe space for them to experience you and experience themselves, and potentially putting yourself in a sacrificial type position where you might have sacrificed some of your own self-love voluntarily, I feel. But I feel like this situation has potentially left you in a heartache and heartbreak, and potentially someone who you might have trusted to step up or to reflect this unconditional love has broke your trust and made you realize, maybe over the period of time, be it, long or short, or however the period of time in this connection. Okay, now I feel this is an old connection, and it could very well be family, okay? Could very well be close friends, could very well be a significant relationship. Again, doesn't really matter how long, just that it was significant and impacting you in such a way that you left, or it ended in a way that you've had to really work on self. And this has opened a door of creativity to yourself. It's inspired you in a way that is bringing out this beauty that's always been inside you, and creativity. I feel there's this desire for love, this desire for creativity through art and creative expression, and potentially even through, I feel like it's a very healing creative energy that's coming through you, like music and art and learning and spoken word and writing and journaling or blogging, or I feel like you're really untapping your true beauty, and you're now enjoying what your true self is all about. So I think you're experiencing the self-love that you've always had. So conflicting, because I felt like there was this self-love there, but I feel through choice you were denying yourself an opportunity to fully embrace that. And nothing wrong with choosing another, because I feel like you were doing what your heart was true in that time. But I feel like over time, the lesson that was learned here was, by that very true beauty of you allowing somebody else or other people to be your priority and kind of play maybe as a supporting role, has left you realizing that it didn't really, in the end, it didn't really benefit you, and it's left you hurt and has left you broken in some way. But I feel like you are working towards and have recently enjoyed this beauty that you're now able to create. And with 11 here, number 29 could be significant, but with 11, I see this this destiny number. Okay, and what really I feel like you're kind of drawing in here is this partnership. Although it's taken you a long time to recognize that a partnership here isn't exactly what's going to help heal you or give you the strength, but I feel like you are in the position that you recognize where a partnership is allowing for this unconditional love to be balanced, a give and take between, you know, another individual, a community that maybe if your family wasn't able to provide to you and a community is, that you now know the difference between love that is balanced and shared mutually, and not having to suppress or put your own love aside. And yeah, I feel like this lesson is absolutely beautiful. All right, so what do we have here? Bravery oceans. Yeah, oceans talk about emotions, okay? Deep emotions. And look at this girl on top of the world. I feel like, yeah, larger than life. I feel like you are now this, and this is why I felt like self-love wasn't something you needed. I felt this energy of somebody who is just absolutely beautiful, knows they're beautiful, knows their self-worth, knows where they stand, knows the value, and I didn't feel like rose quartz was the right stone because of this. It's like, well, this person knows what it is to love and to be loved. But I feel the lesson is, now that we know love and unconditional love, and recognizing where we might be limiting ourselves by choice because we feel maybe this is how we show unconditional love. I think the lesson here is there is no need to put self last or second. And I feel like by you being able to really get a very good perspective here, this is, you know, reaching an enlightenment of what it means to be in your full power, larger than life. You're now willing to accept and see true beauty and true love for what it is, and not be afraid. Okay, not be afraid that you're going to be in the same situation, or that someone's going to not reciprocate or use and abuse or take you for granted, like maybe in the past, or neglect you. I feel like there might have been a lot of neglect. And what Spirit is saying is potentially people who weren't embracing your love or allowing you to step into this sort of power might have just felt like you're wanting to keep you down because your beauty, your grace, your love is just larger than life. Okay, and some people just cannot handle such pure, loving, light energy. Okay, so that's the number 30 there. And it is the number 3 as well when it's reduced. And I feel like threes was talk about for me, well, it is the divine spirit, very spiritual number, but I feel like it is working with others, okay, or another to create a beauty. And I feel like the lesson here is coming together with another or a community of people that you're able to be in your true authentic love of self and give unconditional love and receive unconditional love and accept others for their true authentic self, which I think is absolutely beautiful. Okay, and we have the elk card here. And the elk card, this is earth energy, okay, for any confirmation for you guys. That's Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. I'm also feeling heavy water, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. I feel like this elk card is, you know, giving me heavy, like King of Pentacles type vibe. I feel like the King of Pentacles is, although it's pentacles and it could be, you know, talking about the material world we live in, I feel as though the King of Pentacles is someone who is confidently strong and in their own power of self, and is not um, is not swayed by material things, is not swayed by other people easily. The elk is very, could be very stubborn, but I feel like this energy is almost unshakable, unbreakable. I feel like there's this solidness about you, and it could be the work done on self, recognizing when, recognizing now that you're in your full, unbreakable, unshakable power. And maybe, you know, what might have been used as defense here, I feel is kind of almost going up in flames. I feel as though the defensive side of you that you might have been having to resort to is now kind of being, Spirit's now kind of burning that up. Like there's no need to be defensive. There's no need to be guarded. There's no need to ram back or to charge back at anyone, or use that to guard self or keep self safe or stable, because the situation you're in is allowing you to be safe, to be unshakable, to be solid as you are without defenses. And I think this is a beautiful lesson here. Okay, let's take a look at some tarot now, and we'll just take a look at what's kind of out in the visible first. So Spirit, can we take a look for pile number 1? Thank you so much for that beautiful message. Absolutely love that, Spirit. Clear and concise for pile number 1 regarding their life lesson, or I guess the lesson they're learning right now in their life. What is visible to them? And thank you so much, pile number 1, for allowing me to tap into your energy. Absolutely beautiful. All right, those two came together. The Emperor, giving me very heavy. King of Pentacles, Emperor. Those are two very, very solid. You know, it is masculine energy, and I mean, everyone has feminine and masculine energy here. And I feel like if you are a feminine, divine feminine, you're learning to step into your balance, your masculine energy. And if you are a masculine, you're really coming into your divine masculine energy, which is somebody who is very much large and in charge, understands their self-worth, is all about order, restoring order, balanced order, and is not going to be a pushover, okay? Is not going to break, is going to be very much boss material here, I feel. And yeah, I feel like this is this lesson is giving you this empowerment that I feel is absolutely beautiful. And it comes with creativity, which I feel is absolutely beautiful as well. Okay, yeah, let's take a look at what else we have. The Empress. Oh my God, you guys. Remember I said we're trying to call in a balanced partnership of sorts. The Emperor and the Empress is the divine union between divine masculine and divine feminine. Now you could very well be balancing your masculine and feminine, which is what I had said earlier. And this is the ultimate, you know, the Emperor is all the kings in one, whereas the Empress is all the queens in one. This is, you know, in our finest self, okay? This is us stepping into the best possible version of self, completely, utterly, okay? Empress talks about all things fruitful and the highest abundance in all areas of life, career, love, you know, material, wealth. The Emperor is absolutely large and in charge, very much the father figure, very much dependable, very much capable of defending self and not allowing others to break or shake him. Now, the Magician in reverse here, okay? Magician talks about manifesting. And it also talks about timing, okay? And I feel like with this in reverse, I felt like there was always something that potentially was not allowing the timing for this stage to allow you to really fully manifest and step into the power, okay? So I feel like not only are you stepping into your full potential power, which again, this is visible. So I feel like a lot of you guys already know this. I feel like you're also calling in your divine counterpart or partnership here with somebody, and you've been trying to manifest, but I don't think it's quite manifested yet. And this is why we're seeing this magician in reverse, because I feel like you're large and in charge. You've been inspired and creative. You're standing very solid. You've balanced out your energies, and now is the time. Okay, now is the time. Spirit is saying that you have not been able to manifest this quite yet, or at least to the full capacity. Because I feel like for those of you guys that might be involved in communities and areas where there is this recognition of what unconditional love looks like, okay, and an acceptance of you for yourself, not having to put yourself second or last or as a priority. We're seeing here with the magician in reverse telling us that there's still more to come here in regards to this manifestation that you've been trying to pull in, okay? Due to this lesson in life that you've been really diligently working at. I feel like you've been so focused, and from 29 to 30, I feel like there is this progression step by step by step. Even earth energy is fairly slow when it comes to the tarot. So I feel like, wow, yeah, I just got goosebumps. Like, I don't know, like maybe some of you guys are very mature in age. Like maybe this has taken you quite some time, years wise, and if not, then you are certainly well advanced for, you know, if you are at a younger age here. For some of you guys, I'm even feeling early 30s, but that would be more the minority, I feel, because I feel like a lot of you guys, this has been a very lengthy, lifelong process, step by step by step by step, very slow, but I feel like you are at the precipice of this very exciting manifestation of a divine counterpart, a partnership, the ability now to go into a full union with a collective group of individuals, another person, you know, whatever it is that you've been trying to manifest for yourself. Okay, so let's see what is hidden from you, Spirit. Can we, thank you so much for that clear and concise message. Absolutely beautiful. Can we take a look at what is potentially a blind spot or hidden in regards to the lessons that, yeah, pile number 1 is learning right now? Thank you so much. And thank you, pile 1, again, for allowing me to tap into your beautiful energy. Absolutely beautiful. All right. What do we have, Spirit? And, all right. What do we have? Ooh, the Devil in reverse. The chains are falling, okay? The chains are falling. You were bound in a well, the situation I feel with the other, whatever it may be, family, learnings, a group of people that might have repressed you or made you feel like you were choosing to put them above you. That mindset, whatever was holding you back, is now being released. And I feel like maybe you guys, because this is what you don't see, I feel like maybe you guys feel like there's potentially still something keeping back your manifestation that you're unsure about. Okay, so Spirit is saying there is no more being held back. Okay, the chains have fallen. We have here the 8 of Pentacles, and it is in reverse. And what this is telling me is you have put in so much work. Okay, you have put in so much time, so much work, so much dedication, that right now you are in your full abundant state, that everything is going to be drawn to you. There is no more need to be grinding out, okay, to be having to put in energy into refining what it is that you've already learned. Once you've learned this lesson, Spirit is saying it is now time to enjoy. Okay, this could be somebody who's overqualified for a job when it's in reverse. Okay, somebody who, yeah, is just overqualified, doesn't need to go put in maybe all of that focus and time and energy that you exerted in the past. Okay, the King of Pentacles is very solid. He has all his financial and material abundance. And I feel like this is saying the lessons and the stability that you need in this lesson has provided you with the stability. You're no longer having to do this, 9 to 5. Okay, now I'm not talking about like your financial job, but the 9 to 5 grind of constantly, working on improving this, or focused on this aspect of what you were learning, healing, trying to break free from. I feel like you are freed enough for you to now manifest what it is. The timing is coming into play right now. And here we have the Four of Pentacles. Okay, and the Four of Pentacles also is giving me that heavy stability. Okay, you're stable. You're not going to be knocked off. But what I'm feeling from this card is that you're potentially thinking that you're having to maybe do more, or hang on to, hang on to focusing in an area that it's still not quite where you need to be in order to manifest this partnership. Okay, this is feeling like not wanting to maybe let go or hang on tightly, or feeling a little bit like if you were to give a bit, that everything would kind of get lost in some sort of way. So maybe you're learning to relax here and not have to put in all this energy, but it's difficult because you've been very much focused on this step by step by step slow progression, that maybe you feel like if you put your foot off the pedal, you are now going to not manifest what it is that you need, or regress in some sort of way. But the lesson here is learned. Spirit is saying there is a need to let go. There's a need to let go, and the chains could be dropped. If you're hanging on to being bound in a certain way, the Spirit is saying now's the time for you to accept that things will be coming towards you, your divine union, your balanced partnership, your give and take, your balanced self, okay, is here, and there is no need to be guarded. There's no need to have the defenses, and I feel like this is really screaming to me very loudly. So maybe some of you guys feel as though you might want to tuck these in for later or hang on to these, but Spirit's saying it is time to burn the defenses, because you will no longer be in a situation in which you're having to get to that place anymore, because now you've learned. Okay, you are the divine feminine or the divine masculine here, in a very balanced energy, not allowing anyone to manipulate your self-worth ever again, because you are recognizing when it is time to love and when it is time to pull back, when it is time for you to or who it is that you need to trust in. Okay, so what we don't see here potentially is that maybe there's still this thought that we have to put in as much time and effort and energy in an area that's already ready to go. It is primed. You are on top of the world here. You are larger than life. You are calling in your equal person. It is absolutely beautiful. I love this reading so much. I feel so much power from you guys. I'm so glad that I did this reading. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. If you're drawn to another pile, I will see you there. Love you guys so much. See you soon. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous pile number 2. If you selected this pile right here, and this is the quartz. Okay, it looks almost like rainbow quartz, but just this quartz. So it says growth, alignment, and cleanse. Containing all the colors of the spectrum, Quartz is considered to be a high vibrational crystal with many metaphysical powers. A conduit of energy, quartz generates electromagnetic energy and dispels electricity, absorbing, storing, releasing, and regulating positive or negative energy. Quartz is highly personal and works with your energy field, one-on-one, attuning to it according to your needs. Quartz is easily programmable, allowing you to set your intentions so that the stone works in your favor. Set your intentions wisely. All signs, moon and sun. Okay, so yes, this reading will be about what lessons you are, or a lesson, I guess, right now in life you are learning, okay? And we will take a look at what's visible to you, and we'll also be taking a look at maybe what isn't as visible right now in regards to your lesson that you're learning. Now, I love pile number 1. I feel like for you guys, pile number 2, I feel like what this stone specifically was kind of giving to me was that I feel like you are in a state right now of maybe needing to get clear, because I feel like there's a lot kind of maybe in the past in your energy that is no longer around. I feel like there's a lot of noise in your energy field, and maybe it's clouding a little bit about where you want to go and where you want to focus. It's like fine tuning or tweaking what you're telling yourself, and also fine tweaking, I guess, your clarity as far as where it is that you want to align yourself with. Okay, this is totally what I'm feeling from this here. So maybe you're kind of questioning, you're a little unclear. There's a lot of maybe other people's energy kind of in your field as well. So you're trying to identify what's yours, what's theirs, what sort of intentions do you have, what sort of options do you have. Okay. Here we have new moon in Cancer with relax. Wow. So what was, we also had moon here. Yeah, sun and moon. Okay, so could be a mix of divine masculine and divine feminine. And the fact that we have all signs as well. Yeah, that's giving me heavy, maybe there's just a lot of static, white noise, other people's energy. And I feel like maybe there were a lot of situations, or you just come out of a situation of flurry, and now you're just trying to quiet the noise, turn the volume down. Okay, turn the volume down slowly so that you're able to relax and get really clear as to what is your energy and what belongs to other people in a calm state, because I feel like maybe you're coming out of a flurry state. Deep emotions, unknown feelings, past life influences. Okay, with the number 15 or the number 6. The number 6 talks about, well, it could be the Lover's card, in which there is a choice to be made. I feel like there are choices here. I was feeling that. And maybe you might be overwhelmed right now with the amount of choices. And maybe you are still reeling in that high energy noise, kind of geared up from a situation that has left you on max volume. Although it feels like it is exiting or has exited, I feel like your white noise or your vibrational state is vibrating very loudly. And unknown feelings, I feel like you're trying to identify what is your feelings and where other vibrational energies might be, other people's in your energy space that's influencing you and your decisions. Okay, and because we have past life influences, potentially this could even be deeply rooted to what you've learned in past situations, past lives, as early as childhood or beyond that even. I feel like there is this recognition, I think, that you have within yourself, that you've almost like opened a can of worms or unleashed a jar of emotions. And now there's this loudness that I feel like you're having to sort through. And there's a recognition here on your part that you're having to narrow down a decision of sorts, a very important life decision, because with the 6 you know, talking about the lovers and a choice, this is like, could involve a very passionate love of another, or a love of career, or a love of deep sense of self. And whatever this option is needs to provide this full fulfillment inside, that I feel like either you're aware of has been maybe not filled, or maybe has been filled with other people's energies. And again, this volume is really loud, so now there's this turning back of this volume so that you get clear on what your decision is. Okay, quartz. And I did feel like I had all this clear quartz that I wanted on the table, and I don't normally have so much clear quartz. And I was telling pile number one initially, for the picks, I came with all these stones. I wasn't going to use the cards, and all I kept picking up was these clear quartz everywhere. And I'm like, okay, and then the selenite. And I was feeling this pile the most. And it's interesting what happened with pile one and the rose quartz. But here specifically, I felt like there was a need for clarity. Okay. And the clear quartz gives us a very sharpened sense of what is clear. And I feel like you are becoming clear, or there is a desire to become very clear, because of all the interference of unknown feelings that you're tapping into that don't feel like your own, or could be your own, but you're not quite sure. Okay, so maybe you're learning to turn back the volume and relax in order for you to become clear in making these decisions. Movement speed. Okay, with the number 42. So 42 could be significant. Again, we have the number 6. Okay, I really feel like there is this choice. There's this decision. Okay, also Cancer, talking about water energy. Okay, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And water energy is emotions. Okay, water here, water here. I feel like what's happening is this deep these deep emotions, which could very well be love. Okay, like I said, a love of an authentic deep love of another, of your passion, of for everyone it could be something different here, but I feel like there is some sort of need, or at least you feel as though there is a need to move quick, or something is moving quickly. Okay, but there is these are like giving me totally opposite vibes here with the relax and the speed. I feel like maybe you feel you're hyper vigilant, and you feel like your things are really loud and moving very quickly, but you are recognizing or needing to turn back the volume in order to get clear. So I feel like there's this you're learning this balance. Okay, this is also giving me heavy 8 of Wands energy, which is a breakthrough. So maybe you've had a breakthrough in how you've handled emotions in the past, and I feel like potentially you're gearing up for conversations about what is important to you and your own feelings, or around a decision or choice that you're still unsure of. But I feel like there is something around timing here, and even potentially for some of you guys could involve travel. Okay, I see the globe here, and yeah, could be having to get up and go somewhere. Okay, and maybe this is I feel like there's this anxiety that's coming. Okay, so let's keep looking. Hyena. Okay, so the hyena card here, we have the 2, dark and the light, which is funny because I was feeling that 2 polar opposite energies that I feel like you're having to balance out. I also feel like the hyena is one to maybe chalk up situations with laughter, or not take things all that serious as a defense mechanism of sorts, or a trying to what's the word I'm looking for, in order to not be disappointed or hurt. This hyena could very well, you know, laugh off pain, or choose to not fully experience a situation due to not wanting to get hurt. Okay, so there is this also the hyena. When I hear hyena, it's like I hear like a lot of laughter, chatter. So again, that volume, I hear there's like this vibrational noise almost that and it could be your own internal self with this two, balancing these two energies, where maybe your way of coping, your way of handling things in the past, your way of suppressing emotions, or maybe not allowing emotions to be fully chased after or expressed or chosen, because it was easier to chalk it up as not important or not very serious or whatever. Now there's this recognition that there needs to be forward movement, or you want to tap into these emotions in some way, but it's overwhelming. Okay, and it's overwhelming because I feel like it's either this relax or this speed, and I don't feel like there's this middle ground for you. At least you feel like there's no middle ground with these two options here too. It's like black or white. There's no like real middle ground, and I feel like you're potentially overwhelmed and you're not quite clear on what your feelings are, because you're not completely in the committed and sold on it, and you're not completely in the disinterested and not wanting it, whatever this situation or this thing is about. So I feel like you're trying to decide, and I think you get overwhelmed because you're feeling like you either have to be on or off, and maybe you feel like you're in a position that you got to act quickly, or maybe you feel like whatever it is that you have to decide on might be gone from you or taken from you. And I feel like, well, we'll see what the tarot has to say about what's hidden and what you see here in regards to your lesson. But I feel like the lesson here is you're learning to understand what the middle ground is, turn back the dial. And I mean, the dial isn't an on or off, you know, a dial is, what's that called? There's a lot of different settings on a dial, okay? I don't know what I'm channeling. It's hard for me to come up with words that that are so common, but yes, so turning the dial down, okay? There's a lot of different numbers on this volume dial. It's even funny, this kind of reminds me of a volume, okay? And I feel like you haven't experienced, or at least you're challenged with experiencing what it's like to be not all in or all out on something, okay? Yeah, let's take a look at the tarot. Okay, Spirit, thank you so much for that clear and concise message for pile number 2. Can we take a look at what is visible here, or at least out in the open here, in regards to this lesson? This lesson that pile number 2 is learning right now in their life. Thank you so much, Spirit. I am so blessed, so grateful. Please protect me as I channel this message. Protect pile number 2 for their greatest and highest good. And pile number 2, thank you so much for allowing me to tap into your beautiful energy. All right, so let's take a look. What is visible here? Okay, so we have the Page of Pentacles. I did want to come in reverse, but I'm feeling like we'll just pull these as they are and read what we have. Okay, and the Hangman. Yeah. So here we have again the 2. Okay, I was feeling like the 2 here, speed, relax. The 2, the black, the white. We have the Justice. It's either this or that. And I feel like the lesson here, and a lot of you guys potentially know this because this is kind of what's visible, is this is enlightenment. This is enlightenment and having a different perspective that maybe we haven't in the past, that maybe we're recognizing it's not all this or that, and there's a need to have that variable, that's what I was going to say, variable speed dial in which we can tone it back slowly in order to be more clear and have a greater perspective. I feel like there's a greater perspective you guys have in a situation, that you have newfound clarity that you're wanting to move forward with this Page of Pentacles. This talks about prospecting, communication again. Okay, I'm seeing communication coming up twice, but this is also grounding something, or chasing up on a seed of an opportunity that you want to initiate, that you see as something you really want to go after. And I feel like this Justice card talking about being awarded justice and being given the justice that one deserves. Okay, so I feel like this conversation is definitely implanting this seed, or going after this idea, this prospect, is going to bring into your life a sense of justice, a sense of balance. I feel like this is why it's very important, and you know this, but maybe in past it's been very black and white, and there's been an energy of not taking maybe things as serious. And I mean, that's the only way I know how to describe it. And if you're offended, I'm sorry, but that's kind of the only way I can describe this energy. But there is this new perspective, okay? And maybe you've been almost frozen in your energy and for some time now, learning how to, or at least trying to decipher, is it this or that? But I think the newfound energy you're embracing is that it doesn't have to necessarily be this or that, and that by this, starting with this Page of Pentacles, this is like the initial stages of something. It's not, you know, going all the way to the end of something. You're exploring something that maybe might have seemed as though could have been overwhelming, or maybe scary, or maybe like you're jumping 2 feet in, but really you're allowing yourself to dabble in or step towards an area that you're having a new perspective. And I think for a lot of you guys, it might be fairly scary here, because again, you're learning to, yeah, maybe allow something in, but not want it to completely tip the scales so quickly that you either lose control or lose self or get unclear. But I feel there is a need definitely for, well, what the lesson here is, the need you had was to get very clear, okay, that there's a lot of, there's a lot of noise, a lot of static in your mindset. Okay, so let's take a look at what is hidden as far as this lesson. What is the blind spot for pile number 2 in this lesson here? What are they not seeing? Thank you, Spirit. The Wheel of Fortune. Now that one too was wanting to come in reverse, but I'm just going to read the energy as I feel. And we have the Four of Wands. Okay, and one more. And we have the Page of Wands, talking about communication again, because the pages do talk about communication. I feel like you're coming to a situation, bringing this wand to this Four of Wands in order to build some level of stability, okay? Because you're bringing a wand to a situation in which maybe you're having to work in a situation with others to build stability, or another, okay? You're having to communicate this, and stability could certainly be building a future, building a solid foundation for beginning of a future. Could very well be a marriage, could very well be a business, a partnership, could very well have to do with children. I heard having children or a daycare. Okay. I do see that you aren't fully aware of, because this isn't what's hidden, that one, you actually do have the missing piece for the situation that's going to bring stability, but you're not carrying the full load. Okay, I feel like maybe some of you guys don't realize that. Maybe you feel like you have to bring all 4 wands to the table, so to speak, the 4 legs to the table, and you're coming here with 1 leg. Okay, this is an analogy. But Spirit is saying that 1 leg you're bringing to the table is going to cause the stability that's required in this situation, and that there is this sense of destiny here with this Wheel of Fortune. Now, I feel like when it was coming in reverse, it's talking about being down and out and timing potentially not being completely right. I feel like what's happening is that you don't recognize that you are, I mean, there's free will, but there is a destined situation for you that I feel like, you know, with the 2 6s here, that there is a choice that's going to impact your own destiny of where you're moving and what's going to create stability here for you. And I feel like you have so much more that you're bringing, that I think you're aware of what you bring, but I don't think you're aware of what this synergy causes in this situation. Okay. It's like one person has energy and the other person has energy, and together it's not the power of 2. This is like, you know, tenfold, because 2 people can build something that's absolutely spectacular that one person could not build on their own. Together it's multiplied by more than the 2 individuals. And this is what I feel is coming here. You know, you're coming into the situation offering this 1 wand, and potentially this other person, partnerships, bringing the other wand, and together we got these 4 wands, which is creating a beautiful stability, celebration, joy, a destined joy, a passion, a love. Okay. Yeah, I see it's absolutely beautiful. So I think maybe this is what you needed to hear as far as what was unseen, but I feel like you are now understanding this new perspective. It doesn't have to be everything or nothing. There could definitely be, you know, a first step, and you know, the volume is, like I said, on variable speed, so you're not needing it to be off or on. You can certainly gradually turn that volume on or off depending on what your mood is. Okay, and maybe accepting that you deserve to fully enjoy something at any level or capacity. It doesn't need to be completely something that's scary, and it doesn't need to be completely repelled otherwise. There is this, and this is funny because I am very much black or white, so I kind of understand this energy in some level. Okay, that an acceptance of sometimes there is gray, and how do we handle gray? It is a lesson that, you know, we all kind of need to learn, because there are lots of gray situations in life. Sometimes black and white keeps things simple and easy, but I feel like there is this enlightenment in learning how to deal with gray that allows for a more balanced situation. Okay, so I think this communication is going to go very well. I think the speed you're maybe feeling is maybe you telling yourself that something needs to be quick, and I feel like there is no real indication here that something needs to be rushed. I feel like with the pages talking about early learnings, something at its infancy stage, you know, the Wheel of Fortune is slowly spinning towards success here. So I feel like you are definitely having to use that volume dial to go at the pace in which you're comfortable with, and communicating that. Okay, not maybe laughing it off, or yeah, or just allowing others to understand what speed is comfortable for you. I think is fine. Okay, and I think it is not only fine, but it is absolutely needed, and allows for you to progress in a more comfortable way. Okay, I hope this made sense for you guys. I feel like there might be more that I'm not explaining, but yeah, let me know in the comments how this resonated. I love you guys so much. If you were drawn to another pile, check me out there. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Love and light. See you soon. Bye, guys. Hello, my beautiful pile number 3. If you picked this pile right here, then this is your reading. Now, I already pre-shuffled the oracles, which we'll take a look at, and then we'll do some tarot. We're looking at what lesson are you learning right now in life, okay? And what is visible to you, and maybe what is not visible about this lesson right now that Spirit wants to communicate. So you've picked this stone right here, and this is the Wolfenite. Wow. Journey, past life, and soul contracts. The journey has only just begun. Wolfenite can travel through your past, present, and future, and opens up communication with the spirit world. It also aids in past life recognition, helping you to see soul contracts that you've made in this lifetime, facilitating the karmic reunion and completing a cycle once the lesson has been learnt. Wolfenite is a powerful past life healing stone, resolving any issues that need to be faced and regained, magic lost in past lives to be used here and now. Sagittarius, Venus, and Mars. Wow, I have a feeling this is going to be a very deep reading here. Okay, so something about past life and soul contracts in this lifetime. Lessons learned. All right, or lessons you're learning. New moon in Libra. Okay, Libra is Venus as well, so interesting. Know you are loved. Okay, beautiful. A new moon. Soul contracts. Know you are loved. Okay. Miracles. Ancient wisdom with the number 39. Or the number 12. Or the number 3. This could very well be in a partnership of sorts, learning a karmic lesson, a soul contract, miracles. Silence, snow with the number 34 or the number 7. And 7 is, could very well be your life path number. Life path number 7s know they're destined on a path. And maybe what you're kind of going down right now is a destined path in which you agreed to in a past life follow. And I feel like you're gifted with this ancient wisdom. And I feel like with the silence and the snow is really giving me like a calm before the storm. And I feel like you're just gearing up right now in order to unleash the wisdom that you've come here on earth with. And I feel like you are expressing and showing to others this ability for being able to love and give love. I feel like this is a new journey for you in this lifetime to be able to assist others with their own journey, okay? Based on your experiences of the past and the gifts you were given before you were brought here on earth. You were gifted with the ancient wisdom, with this ability to allow others to embrace miracles in their own life by giving them a gift. So you guys could very well be in the healing profession, counselors, healers, tarot readers, spiritual people. You're on this journey, and I feel like the soul contract could very well be with individuals that you're entering their life and giving them this ability to recognize the lost magic in their own lives that they've been here on earth to find. I feel like you're really here more in this guiding type energy. And when I say partnerships, I feel like it's you being able to enter other people's lives, or other people come to you for you to be able to work with them and guide them in a way so they can see their own healing and their own lessons, okay? And at the same time, you're learning your spiritual lesson of what you're here to do. Absolutely beautiful. We have the stingray here. And the stingray, you see all these colorful chakras here in the middle of the stingray. I feel like you're really, really a very centered person. And I feel like you are, I feel like there is almost a loneliness, I want to say, of what you're going through right now. Although you enjoy it, because I feel like there is this ability to have satisfaction in understanding that you're working with what you've been called to do. You're being able to communicate and provide this ancient wisdom through you, and giving other people an opportunity to know that they are loved allows you to love self. I feel like what the lesson might be here is you recognizing that you are loved, because I feel like you are usually on the giving end of what it's like to heal, what it's like to allow others to see what they deserve, where it's like maybe there is this inability to I don't even think it's an inability. I feel like maybe there is this distraction from being able to now see what it is that you can embrace in your own life. And I feel like this is the winter time before the spring, which is where you're going to have to embrace what's coming into your life, aside from you having to give this gift, this ancient wisdom to others. It's now coming to you. The spring is coming to you, where you're maybe where there's been, I feel like, I want to say guards. I want to feel or say like you've been hard to reach, because in order for you to be in your energy, maybe there was a focus on other priorities of assisting others and healing and helping and being kind of, yeah, like a miracle worker, almost like this healing energy. But in the process, you've developed maybe a energy around you that others could not quite get to your heart center. Okay, and that's looks almost like the little stingray here that she's holding up in her well, could very well be in her central area here. For the, like, if you look really closely, it looks like this little stingray. And the fact that there's all these chakras in the stingray, I feel like, yeah, because I'm not really getting one specific area for your chakras opening up, that I feel like you've been, after so many years of maybe playing this role out, that all of your chakras needs to expand. And it should really be all about you and all about your vibration and all about your healing physical body and mental and spiritual and soulful. And I feel like it should really be about you and how to turn this back on you and know that you are loved and what it is that you're needing right now for yourself. Okay. Wow, that's pretty interesting here. Yeah, because I don't know, that's really speaking out to me here. Let's take a look at what's visible to you, or at least on the surface here, in regards to this lesson. And then we'll take a look at what is maybe the blind spot in this lesson. So Spirit, thank you so much for a clear and concise message for pile number 3 regarding this lesson that they are learning. Can we get clear and concise message for them? What is visible regarding this lesson they are learning right now? And thank you so much, pile number 3, for allowing me to tap into your beautiful energy. All right, what are we learning here? Yeah, I feel like there's almost a coldness, a sadness, a quietness, and I feel like the energy is, yeah, maybe you're recognizing that you want to shift. You want something more warm. You're wanting to shift this energy in order to bring more personalized love to you. Yeah, rather than focusing on healing others so much has become your main focus. But I feel like the lesson is shifting this to heal all parts of you, all of your chakras here. We have the Ace of Wands. Okay, let's keep going. And we have the Tower. And we have the Ace of Cups. Okay, and this one wanted to come reverse, but not reading reversals right now. But what I am picking up here is with two aces, this talks about a new beginning. And I was feeling like with the winter time, you know, the spring around the corner, this new beginning, I feel like you're desiring a new beginning. Okay, I feel like over the time of what you're doing here has been very rewarding for you, but there is this this loneliness or this realization to want to feel and tap into heart a little bit more than what this sort of gratification was giving to you. More on a personal level, because the Ace of Cups talks about self-love and giving this unconditional love and really being able to tap into that heart space, so much so that it's coming from all areas of this heart for self, okay? Only when it comes to giving back to self and overflowing with this. And I don't feel like there's an overflowing amount of love here, because I feel like you've maybe been so much in the giving state that, not that you forget to give it to yourself, but that it's tiring to constantly be filling up one's cup. So I feel like the recognition here is, how do I fill up my own cup? Okay, in a way that feels different and is giving me that full heart fulfillment that maybe I'm not experiencing here. Okay, and I feel again like that protective shield around you was not allowing energy to pierce through. There's this realization maybe that you're having here that's, yeah, that's left you maybe even in a state of, oh my goodness, like, I've been doing what it is with other people and allowing them to heal their heart and experience their past traumas in a way that helps them reflect back on what it is they need to do in their own life in order to move forward. And any sort of energy that you've been pouring into others has been flowed right through you at a sacrifice of self. And now you're having this realization and you're wanting this new beginning, and you're you know, you're inspired to find this fulfillment of full self. That's what I feel. I feel like it's your heart energy, your sacral chakra, your creative side, your just everything is really screaming out at once in order to be full or loved in a different way than it has been in the past. This is very interesting energy, you guys. You have a beautiful energy, a very beautiful energy. Let's take a look at what's hidden, okay, what you might not be seeing in this lesson. And because I feel like you guys already kind of know this, but I don't feel like we're getting much information in regards to, you know, aside from this realization, what you're supposed to be doing or why you're having this. Okay, so we have the Page of Swords. Okay, let's keep going. Page of Swords. What else? Five of Wands. Okay. One more. and we have the Page of Wands. 2 pages. So pages does talk about communication, but I feel like this is talking about inner child. And I feel like there's still some inner child work here, inner conflict that maybe needs a little bit more resolving. And maybe this is surprising with this Tower, because I feel like this is what you've been able to help other people with. But I feel like what Spirit is saying is unknown, is there's the inner child conflict here that is challenging, and that is potentially some part of you that has past life, or a need for you to take a look at a karmic situation that has been brought into this lifetime that maybe never came up yet for you to have to deal with as an inner child sort of trauma or wounding, or maybe from a past life inner child conflict that you're now needing to address at this point in your life. Okay, and maybe you only feel the coldness, or maybe you only feel wanting a new beginning and feeling like something is kind of maybe missing or not flowing, but you're inspired to find out what it is, and you haven't really, maybe this is all what the reading is. I feel like I need to give you more, but what the reading is saying, what's unknown, is there's this inner child conflict that needs to be looked at, needs to be faced with. There's communications that need to happen. Okay, and it could be a combative situation in which maybe you need to confront or converse with somebody that's impacted you at a point in your life that might have triggered this inner child wounding, either from a past life or from this life. I don't know if you need to completely identify where it stemmed from, but as long as you identify what it is that triggered it and resolve why it's triggered you, and it's kind of made you shrunken in a way. And maybe this is what transpired you to want to help and heal and move others forward, because you were able to experience this inner child conflict and pain, and you've done this very well. But now Spirit is saying it is time to turn this back to yourself with the you are loved, with the soul contract that you might have with yourself, or potentially with another, that has triggered this inner child inner child conflict that you're needing to resolve, that you're needing to look at. And I feel like the look on her face kind of bugs me a little bit, and sorry if this sounds like, if it is your energy, but I almost feel like this person is very stoic, not wanting to look. So maybe you're not really wanting to see or wanting to look at a situation that is calling you to, to take a look at. Let's pull some more. I haven't pulled more on the other piles, but I just want to see if there is here some guidance or some advice. I feel like for a lot of you guys, this might be enough. Because I feel like maybe you just needed to hear that. But let's get some guidance as far as, what can pile number 3 do here in regards to what it is that you're communicating, Spirit. So we have the World in reverse, and we have the 9 of Swords, and we have the 6 of Swords in reverse. Okay, so I'm not going to read these in reverse, but I mean, there is a message to be had here, because the World talks about an end cycle. After an end cycle, okay, because it's the very last card in the tarot, there is a new beginning, okay? After the end, there's always a new beginning, and I feel as though you're craving and inspired to have a new beginning, an emotional new beginning that's going to fulfill you and inspire you in driving forward with the new, but you need to deal with something that hasn't had closure. And I feel like it's potentially a conversation with somebody that's triggered this inner child wounding. And then you're able to release and put this behind you. And it's been, again, this moon talks about a very long cycle. Okay, so this could be from past lives. It could be from very young childhood, but it is putting an end to something that has been ongoing for a while, that's caused this anxiety with the Nine of Swords. This is my mental health card. Okay, this is sleepless nights, anxiety, fear, and maybe there's this deep-rooted fear that hasn't been addressed, that maybe recently got triggered with this Tower card. Okay, and maybe you're unsure of where it's come from and how to move forward. But I feel like there needs to be a communication with self, and then with confronting and having a communication with what's triggered this. Okay, and with the Six of Swords, this talks about moving away from turbulent times. And I feel like once this is done, put an end to a cycle, you're able to break free from something that's been mentally anguish or holding you back. But right now, there is a sense of being held back in a situation that's been mentally holding you hostage in some sort of way that you need to release yourself from. And it could very well be, you know, even just a mental situation here. But I was feeling like it was regarding heart, regarding sacral, regarding, you know, your mental state. I feel like you're highly spiritual. Some of you guys are very psychic, definitely very gifted. You have ancient knowledge and wisdom. Potentially you've come in here with this inner child issue needing to be healed. And I do feel like once you're able to resolve this, you're able to put an end to any sort of pain or mental anguish that's been holding you back. And maybe it's been challenging for you to continue down this path because you feel now like you're kind of at a state where you need to resolve this in order for you to become great again at doing what you do. And not that you're not great at what you do, but I feel like you're not getting the full fulfillment. And there is this this lesson that I feel is being called for you to resolve, for you to know that you are loved, for you to know that your cup is running full of love. And it's the type of love that I feel you're not quite getting right now in the situation that maybe in the past has brought you a different type of love. Okay, I am tempted to get some more of those, Spirit. Thank you so much. Can we see anything more regarding pile number 3 and this childhood wounding, or what does Spirit want to communicate to pile number 3? Thank you so much, Spirit. We are so blessed. We have Temperance, we have the Eight of Swords, and we have the Ace of Swords. It's continuous message again, just in different ways, guys, because the Temperance talks about healing, talks about bringing just the right amount of ingredients in order to make a situation balance out. And I feel like it's been very imbalanced because you've been the giver and the giver and the giver. And I feel like your cuppeth needeth to be overflowed, and in order for you to restore balance here, and I feel like it's not, with the Temperance here coming in reverse. This healing needs to be addressed, and I feel like maybe there has been a with the Eight of Swords limitation on what you maybe were mentally telling yourself or being held back by because of someone else's limitation on you that you started to believe, or that you started to believe about yourself that wasn't quite true, limiting yourself, maybe not seeing or not wanting to see a truth here. Because I feel like the Ace of Swords talks about seeing a truth in a very potential situation that maybe things were painful to see. It could be self-truth as well, and talks about communicating truths and being clear about what that looks like. I feel like maybe there's been some, there's been a truth that you're kind of needing to embrace and needing to fully drive forward with. So we got a new beginning here in truth, a new beginning in clarity, a new beginning, an emotional new beginning, and a new inspired beginning here Okay, so lots of new beginnings. And I feel like this is all stemming from the inner child healing and breaking free from any sort of limitations, and really dealing with this childhood conflict and maybe competition, maybe, yeah, there's a need to look back on facing something and facing it head on, because the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Wands are two very quick moving knights, and they do not back down. Okay, so I feel like you're very strong, and I feel like this has been maybe a new realization for you, because maybe you've felt as though you've been healed, or that you've never really been triggered in such a way. And I feel like you're kind of almost frozen in a stoic frozen state and shrunken, where I feel like the spring is right around the corner, rebirth with that Ace of Cups. And it's really allowing you to allow love and everything to expand. Your whole world will expand here, okay? But I feel like it's just a turn of a key, and I feel like it's a quick thing. I don't feel like it's going to have you invest so much time and energy and effort. I feel like once you unlock it, once you have that communication, once you have that clarity and break free from that Eight of Swords, have that conversation, that truth, spring will just do its thing organically. You're not needing to micromanage any of it. You just need to embrace truth and be very pointed and direct and look it straight in the face. And I think you are more than ready to do that. And then I just see a whole firework of dealing with a contract that you've come here on earth to resolve. Could be your ancestors' traumas that you've carried, or something that you've had to learn and bury deep, deep, deep inside. I wish I could give you more, but that's all I'm being given to from Spirit. I feel like you're very talented. You do carry this ancient wisdom. I am more than blessed to have you here at this card reading, you guys. So, so blessed. Thank you so much. I love you guys so much. Take care. See you soon. Bye.